Listen up. People think power is about control. They think it's about controlling others, controlling situations, controlling the environment. They want to bend the world to their will. They think if they can control people, then they're strong. But that's not power. That's weakness dressed up as strength. Real power has nothing to do with control. Real power is discipline. Discipline is when you get up at 4 a.m. even though nobody's watching. Discipline is when you do the work day after day, when your body is screaming to stop. Discipline is when you shut down that voice in your head telling you to take the easy road, to stay comfortable, to stay weak. You want power. Stop trying to control the world. Control yourself. Most people live like prisoners. Prisoners of their excuses. Prisoners of their feelings. They say, I don't feel like working out today. They say, I don't feel motivated. They let their emotions dictate their actions. That's not power. That's slavery. If your feelings control you, then you're not in charge. You're just a passenger in your own life. Power is waking up and doing what you said you would do, no matter how you feel. Power is discipline. Discipline doesn't care if you're tired. Discipline doesn't care if it's raining. Discipline doesn't care if nobody's cheering you on. Discipline is about showing up every damn day. That's what separates the weak from the strong. When I was at my lowest, overweight, broken, working a dead-end job, I didn't need control over the world. I didn't need people to like me. I didn't need to manage circumstances. I needed discipline, and that discipline didn't come easy. It came from pain, from looking in the mirror and hating what I saw, from realizing that nobody was coming to save me. That's where discipline is born, from honesty, from accountability, from suffering. People chase shortcuts, they chase hacks, they chase control, but discipline isn't sexy. Discipline is boring. It's repetitive. It's lonely. It's grinding out the miles when your legs feel like concrete. It's reading the book when your mind wants to scroll your phone. It's eating the clean meal when your taste buds scream for junk. Discipline is doing what's hard over and over and over again. That's where the real power is. You want to be powerful. Try going 1 week without excuses. Try holding yourself accountable for every minute. Track your time. Track your actions. Stop blaming the weather. Stop blaming your boss. Stop blaming your past. Take ownership. That's discipline. That's power. The world wants control because control feels good. People want to be the boss. They want authority. But authority without self-discipline collapses. You've seen it. Leaders who look powerful but fall apart behind the scenes. Athletes who dominate the game but destroy themselves off the field. That's because they had control over others but no control over themselves. That's not power. That's weakness in disguise. Discipline doesn't lie. Discipline doesn't cheat. Discipline doesn't fall apart when life gets hard. It holds you together. Discipline is freedom. Freedom from regret. Freedom from weakness. Freedom from the chains of laziness and self-doubt. People think freedom is doing whatever you want, whenever you want. That's not freedom. That's chaos. Real freedom comes from discipline. When you have discipline, you don't need to control everything else. The storm can rage around you, and you'll stand firm, because discipline is the anchor. The storm can take away your job, your comfort, your safety net, but it can't take away your will. That's untouchable. That's power. Every morning you wake up, you've got 2 choices. Stay weak or get disciplined. Every day is a test. And here's the truth, the test never ends. People ask me, when does it get easier? It doesn't. You just get stronger. You just get more disciplined. And the stronger your discipline, the more power you have over your own life. Stop confusing power with control. Stop wasting your time trying to manipulate the outside world. It will never bend perfectly to your will. Life doesn't work like that. You can't control the weather. You can't control people. You can't control luck, but you can control your effort. You can control your consistency. You can control whether or not you show up today. That's where your power is. Pain is the fuel. Discipline is the engine. You've got to suffer to build discipline. You've got to put yourself in the fire because that's where character is forged. People run from pain. They run from failure. But those who are willing to suffer with discipline, those are the ones who find real power. So the next time you think about power, stop thinking about control. Start thinking about discipline. Control is temporary. Discipline is forever. Control depends on other people. Discipline depends only on you. And when you master discipline, you don't just change your life, you change who you are. Stay hard. People keep failing is because they keep chasing control. They want the world to line up in their favor. They want people to behave a certain way. They want every condition to be perfect before they take action. That's why they never get anywhere, because conditions will never be perfect. People will never do exactly what you want. The world doesn't care about your plan. But discipline doesn't wait for perfect. Discipline doesn't care about conditions. Discipline is showing up, whether it's raining, whether it's snowing, whether the sun is burning you alive. Discipline is waking up early even when you slept 3 hours. Discipline is putting in the work, even when your body is screaming at you to stop. You want power? You don't get it from controlling the outside world. You get it from controlling yourself in the worst possible situations. I've been there. I've been in the pain. I've been on the ground, broken, bleeding, with my body begging me to quit. And in that moment, the only thing I had left was discipline. Not motivation, not comfort, not luck. Discipline. And that discipline pulled me out. It gave me power when there was nothing else left. Motivation is a spark, but it dies. Discipline is the fire that burns forever. People think motivation is enough. They get hyped for a few days, maybe a week, then they quit, because motivation fades. Discipline doesn't fade. Discipline is built into your system. It's a habit. It's a mindset. It's a commitment. When discipline owns you, you don't need motivation anymore. You just execute. That's power. People are addicted to comfort. They want the easy road. They want shortcuts. They want control because control feels safe. But power doesn't come from safety. Power comes from risk. Power comes from suffering. Power comes from putting yourself in uncomfortable situations and refusing to quit. Think about it. Control is fragile. Lose your job and your control is gone. Lose your money and your control is gone. Lose the people around you and your control is gone. But discipline, nobody can take that from you. Not the government. Not the economy. Not your boss. Discipline is yours. It's built into you. That's the only real power that lasts. Discipline doesn't just change your actions. It changes your identity. The moment you start practicing discipline, you stop being the same person. You become someone else. Someone stronger. Someone unstoppable. People look at you differently. Not because you control them, but because you inspire them. Discipline creates respect. Control only creates fear, and fear never lasts. The strongest leaders in history weren't the ones who controlled people with fear. They were the ones who disciplined themselves so much that their example lit a fire in others. You can't fake discipline. You can't cheat it. You either have it or you don't. And when you have it, people can see it in the way you walk, in the way you work, in the way you live. So ask yourself, do you want to be the person trying to control everyone else? Or do you want to be the person who owns themselves? Do you want fake power or real power? Because real power is discipline. It's not glamorous. It's not flashy. It's grinding. It's suffering. It's consistency. But it's the only thing that will never abandon you. Every day is a war between who you are and who you want to be. And in that war, control won't save you. Discipline will. When you wake up at 5 a.m. and your bed feels like heaven, control won't drag you out. Discipline will. When you hit the wall on mile 20 and your legs are shutting down, control won't push you forward. Discipline will. When the whole world tells you you're not enough, control won't silence the voices in your head. Discipline will. So stop chasing control. Start building discipline. Because discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to be. Discipline is the weapon that cuts through fear, doubt, and weakness. Discipline is power. I want you to stop talking about what you're going to do and start showing what you're willing to suffer for. Stop posting quotes. Stop pretending. Get disciplined. Wake up early. Run when nobody's watching. Read when nobody cares. Do the work when nobody's cheering. That's where the power is built. And here's the truth: discipline is hard. It will break you down. It will make you want to quit. It will make you question yourself every single day. But that's the point, because power isn't given. Power is earned. Power is forged in fire. Power is built when you're willing to suffer longer than anyone else. The question is, are you willing to suffer? Are you willing to be disciplined when the world is falling apart? Are you willing to stay hard when everything is soft around you? If the answer is yes, then you'll find out what real power feels like. Not control, not authority, not fake respect. Real power, the power of discipline. Stay hard.